musers, time for a new makeup tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys my current go-to Korean style peachy makeup. I wear it up or down depending on the occasion, but if you want to find out how I do my signature look, especially my eyeliner, and also how I've been baking my under eyes, which has been highly requested, just keep watching and I hope you guys enjoy. So after my pre-makeup skincare routine, which I'll update you all on soon, I start off with this cream on days that I feel like I need a brightening base. I talked about this product in my recent new Korean makeup obsessions video, and it's really moisturizing, so I think it's great for dry skin or the cooler seasons actually. So I do this step maybe 50% of the time. I like to double layer, which is my term for BB cream and then BB cushion, for a really Korean style glowy skin finish. So I'm using this Carezone BB cream, which is my favorite at the moment, and I like to apply a really thin layer to just firstly eliminate any redness or dull looking areas. Love it so much. And then recently, guys, I've been using Clio's Kill Cover Ampoule Intense Kufo Cushion Foundation, which you guys have seen in my videos, and gently tap a light layer over the top to just add a luminosity and also to increase how well the products stick and stay on my skin, if that makes any sense. So next, I conceal my dark circles using my trusty old friend Sand, BB's Creamy Concealer. I usually just use my ring finger, but on days when I want a more precise and absolute application, I use a soft synthetic brush to lightly tap it on first. For brows, I've been loving my Visay brow and nose powder, which I got in Japan. I haven't really found any other brow powder that comes in such a light ashy shade and is so soft and blendable. My brows aren't really thin, but they are sparse, so I like to fill in the shape first, making it a little bit straighter these days to give a softer impression. And then I use my Lancome brow pencil to define the edges. You guys have seen me do this heaps before, right? Fun fact, my brows are slightly crooked. I like to attribute it to my wedding makeup artist because seriously, ever since my wedding day when they were reshaped, I haven't ever really been able to make them completely symmetrical again. So my right eye is a little bit higher than the left one. Just my little advice, be careful who you trust your brows with because it'll stay for ages. Anyways, after eye primer, I'm taking this Korean palette by Ohui in Blessing Brown, which is very pretty with shimmery neutrals. And with the lightest highlight shade, I start by highlighting the inner half of the eyes. This opens them up and makes them appear wider and brighter. And then from the Hamish palette, I've been loving this warm chocolatey shade of brown to contour my outer half and V. Now because my eyes aren't very deep set, I do this to create an illusion of depth and a more 3D effect to my lids. So wiping off any excess, I'm then going in to bring it in a little bit towards the front, and then with a clean blending brush, soften out the edges. Finish the blending with your eyes open if you have hooded lids like me. Now for the orange hue, I've been loving these two orange tones in my Missha Line Friends palette in Sally Orange. So mixing them together, I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush to place it along the middle of the lids and blend it in together with the inner and outer corners. Don't overdo it, subtlety is key. For super shimmery shades, it's best applied with a finger, so finish off with that. And long-time users would know what I like to use on my ego side area, but if you're new and you've been asking, Clio's Gelpresso liner in Beige Shine is my favorite. It helps to seal in the highlight shade because it's waterproof and because it has a beautiful foiled-like effect. It kind of glistens in the light. My eyes aren't very wide, so I do what I can to make them look longer by sometimes lining the outer corner too. Next, after curling the lashes into a natural C-curl, today I'm using Espoir's Super Jet Black waterproof eyeliner to line the upper waterline. After I filmed this tutorial, I found some other really awesome Korean eyeliners that are even better for the waterline, so I'll do a K-beauty reviews video on them soon. But this is still really good. So I'm using this to line my visible liner as well, and then I use the other side, which has a rubbery sort of surface, and bring out the outline of my wing. The angle of my wing depends on my mood of the day, but today I'm going for a slightly angled look, but it's mostly straight out. For nighttime or low light occasions, I like to add a tiny bit of the Etude House Teardrop Liner just for those glitters that sparkle and catch the eye. I've tried this makeup on other people and noticed that on some people's eyes it does look like it's a bit much, but I think maybe because I have hooded eyes, it makes me go generous on it. But I guess that's what makes this my signature look because it's the way that I've been doing it for years. Anyway, to bring the look together, finish off with a brown eyeliner to blend out the top edge of the black liner. This will add a gradation of the orangey shadow into the black, making the eyes look softer and making the makeup look more natural. My recent mascara reaches have been my Lancome Hypno Doll Eyes and Innisfree's super skinny waterproof micro cara. So I'm going in with the Innisfree one first to just show you guys how it looks on its own. It builds up with these what are they called again? Little fibers, and then I'm going over with the Lancome to add a bit more volume. Then I go in with my Clio Kill Black sometimes just to make the wing of my eyeliner a little bit more sharp and precise. And a lot of people have always asked me, how do you do that? It's simply just using a gel liner to outline and then using a really precise brush liner to define just that outer bit. And that will create this really sharp, I've got my makeup put together sort of effect. So doing the same thing to the other eye, we are done with the eyes now, and onto the rest of the face. Contouring is not an everyday thing, but for the special occasions, I've been using my Espoir highlighting and shading duo, which is sadly discontinued, and contour to bring out the cheekbones, bring it up to the temples, hairline, and along the sides of the chin too. Be careful when you're doing this to use a light hand and slowly build it up, making sure that there are no harsh lines. Can you see the difference? Then pressing the bristles down to use the same brush, sieves, I contour down the sides of my nose really simply. Honestly, I rarely do this step, but I threw it in just to remind you guys the difference it can make, and I will do an entire Korean style contouring video soon if you guys would like it. My current fave blush combo is pale orange and pink, as you guys might remember from my previous Obsessions vid, so I literally mixed these two together for a pastelish peach look. Using a smaller blush brush can help you be more precise with your placement, so that's a little tip. And I've recently been loving putting my blush underneath my eyes, not so much on the sides of my face, and bring it in towards the center of my face for a happier looking flush. If you're going for this spread out blush effect too, make sure to use matte shades because shimmer all over probably isn't the best look. So after a quick touch up under the eyes in case some shadows have fallen, I'm now going to show you guys how I've been baking. I promised I'd do this, so here it is. So getting a whole heap of Laura Mercier's translucent powder on a small contour brush. Pack it on, really pack it on like flour. Underneath the eyes or wherever you want your makeup to be baked on and absolutely fixed on all day and budgeless. Then wait for 5 to 10 minutes, or if you do this step earlier, 15 is good, while you do other things. And then let the product and the warmth from your skin basically bake the makeup underneath and fix it in place like it's some kind of crazy superhero. Now you can't laugh or wrinkle up your face, so be prepared to be an expressionless robot during this time, otherwise it's gonna crease like crazy. So here I'm going to leave it and move on to my lips. Typically, I choose between the Benefit Cha-Cha tint for its beautiful coral color or the Missha Waterfall tint. Today, I'm using the water tint to create the orange base. Then, of course, my holy grail Chosungah 22 lip tint in Cashmere. Of course, I'm going for the Korean gradation lip. I don't know what I'm doing here, sorry. My tip, guys, is to dot the outer edges and the middle of the mouth to create a pretty lip shape that also adds length to the mouth and a certain depth. If you have a narrow mouth like mine, it's super important to do the outer edges, otherwise you look like a geisha mouth or something. So anyways, back to the powder. Once you sweep off the excess, you can seriously expect the most smooth, soft, and baked as finish ever. Trust me guys, the first time you do this, you'll be so gobsmacked, like what is this? It takes a bit of practice though, but once you get it, it's seriously incredible. The finish will be dry, but that's why you need to finish with a mist to moisten it up and make it look amazing. So we'll do that after highlight. For highlight, you guys know the drill, and I didn't want this tutorial to be this long, so I'll hurry it up a little bit. C-zone from the temple to the cheekbones, tip of the nose, and middle of the chin. So as I said, misting over is super important to make the baked makeup just kind of melt together and add a glowy, smooth effect to it. So use the finest mist that you have to add moisture first, Then a finishing spray to set it all if you're getting ready for a long event. All of the layered, waterproof, smudge-proof makeup combined with the baking will set you up for one of the best long wear makeup looks ever. Just switch up the colors if you want something more statement. Otherwise, here it is. The finished look is a pretty and fresh, colorful and happy looking orange toned makeup, my current go-to signature look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. As always, we'll have deeper reviews and thoughts on things in other review or faves videos, so don't forget to subscribe for more and hit the like button if you like this video. Stay beautiful inside and out, musers, and see you guys all in my next video. Bye! 다음에 또 봐요. 다음에 또 봐요. 다음에 또 봐요.
다음에 또 봐!
That was Oppa. It wasn't me. It was him. Scarlet King.